Welcome to Crypto Tech Views. Every day we are reviewing Bitcoin price in multiple time frames and in multiple trading systems and making an educated price prediction for the next day after analyzing the global markets data and Bitcoin options open interest data. Let us begin the video for today. As we clearly called out yesterday, Bitcoin is now trading around 29,000. It went all the way up to 31,421, but as the data suggested yesterday, we clearly called out it's going to revolve around 29,000. That played out, exactly how we predicted. So it went up to 29,338 level, like 300 level. So it's now trying to consolidate a bit. But one thing to note here down is that it has broken down a small trend line which is coming around this in the 4 hourly chart. So this is a slightly bearish sentiment for Bitcoin if it is going to be sustaining at this level. One more thing to note down here is that it is able to break below this particular previous day's low little bit. That is also bearish sentiment for now. But for rest of the global markets data also should be moving in the same bearish direction for this this to work out. But if Bitcoin is going below this particular level, then below this today's low, this low, and then it can invite further selling as well. But there is a minor support with respect to here, so it's at the moment holding that support. If that is broken, it will fall down further, right? So if we could review this global markets data, so we have this Bitcoin 1 hourly versus I need to change this to day chart so that we can compare these two, how what it is doing with respect to the global markets, right? So Nasdaq is yet to open, so S&P 500 and the US 30 is running at the moment. So this there is a slight negative sentiment with the US 500 and US 30, and that is triggering sell off in the Bitcoin as well actually. So obviously the options open interest data suggesting that Bitcoin may revolve around 29,000, but there's minor sell off from his US 500 and S&P 500 and the US 30 triggered the sell off in the Bitcoin, and that's it's going through some kind of a sell off at the moment, right? So if we could review other technical picture of Bitcoin, so this is a Camarilla pivot point, so we can clearly see it tried to make a little bit above this 50 period moving average, but fell below the pivot point for this week. Actually, this is a new pivot point for this week. This was the previous week S4. So the moment S4 is broken, we were clearly calling out that the trend is going to be like continuing in the downwards. As long as there are few more parameters are met, so it will go downwards. That's played out. But one thing to note here down is that this particular trend line is broken. Also, it is trading below this this week's pivot point. So it took a little support from the S3 level. The minor support is coming from this S3 level. So it went through this all the support in couple of 4 hourly candles, and then took a support around S3 level, right? So it should either go out of this particular this trend line or go out of this particular candle for sustaining above here. Otherwise the selling pressure will always be there. Bears will treat every rise as a selling opportunity. So right, this is a sell on rise kind of a market now, right? So yeah, so if we could review this Fibonacci series, Fibonacci retracement, so as we clearly called out, it's playing between these two levels, and obviously there is a hugely volatile, right? So these levels are a little bigger, so but it is playing around between this 23.6 percentage level to 0 percentage level, right? So this may eventually continue for tomorrow as well, if there are no bigger sell-off is coming from the global markets front, right? So this is anchored VWAP. So what has happened is that after many attempts, like at least 1, 2, 3, here there is one more in a red candle here, 3 and fourth attempt, it is able to break above this particular 2 standard deviation band, but immediately it faces a sell-off that invalidated the previous rise from here, right? So that invalidated, so that means that it has to again break above this one with a little bit of more volume. This time when it is breaking above, for technically to rally further, this has to taken out this particular candle, right? Till then this kind of selling process is going to be continuing in the Bitcoin, right? So this is a Fibonacci series EMA ribbon. So right from starting from 8 goes up to 233. So now it went up to 55 EMA level, and then I faced a sell-off, and it is now again trading below all these EMIs, right? It started in a couple of last Thursday, I think, so 5th May, and it is, the downward pressure is still continuing actually, right? So but the only good thing is this, MACD is just still showing positive, but it will eventually go down, if the selling comes. But this is just holding the market, so far actually, this positive crossover. But the stochastic RSI is now started falling, and then falling below this level, right? So looks like it may eventually continue for some more time, but we'll wait and watch how it's going to play in the with respect to the global market move, right? So if you could review this weekly chart, we can clearly see it's trying to, it took a one bounce from the support level in this week. Again, it's going within this band itself. Let's see whether it's able to hold through. But there are some other signs which is telling us that the fall may be arrested for now. For that, you can watch my previous videos. So that is going like the weekly chart of the Nasdaq is coming with the kind of dragonfly doji. So that is a slight bullish thing, but but for that, Nasdaq has to trade a little bit positive for that view to work out actually, right? So only then a Bitcoin will not face a severe selling pressure. Otherwise, if there is a selling pressure in the Nasdaq as well as in the S&P 500, then there is nothing. Then nothing can stop the fall from the Bitcoin. Actually, it will just fall. Right. So if you could review this Bitcoin options open interest data for 17th May, this here is the only positive news which is coming from this options open interest data. See, Bitcoin is trading now around 29,600, but this options open interest data suggests that there's a huge put rating happened and the 30,000 level. That means that there is a majority of the market participants are expecting Bitcoin to trade about 30,000 for tomorrow. That means that it has to rally 400 more points to reach this 30,000, and holding 30,000 will be psychologically very good for the whole crypto industry actually, right? So that's one thing. And this option suggests that Bitcoin may revolve around 31,000 actually. So that's what this data suggests, but we are not sure this will play as such, or and obviously the open interest data will be keep changing, right? So but at the moment this is what it's looking like. So it's saying that 30,000 is the first level of support, but the Bitcoin is already trading around 29,606, that has broken this level. But this data suggests that it may rally back here. Yeah, chances are there. At the moment the market is also retrieving from 29,300 odd level to 39,600 odd level. So 300 points is raised from the low actually. But we will have to wait and watch whether this is going to play as such, or global markets sell off will drag Bitcoin down. Yeah, so that's the technical picture for tomorrow. So we can safely conclude that Bitcoin may revolve around the same kind of a price, or if it coming towards the 30,000 level, it might face a little bit of a resistance, but it is able to cross above this, then it will revolve around 31,000 actually. So but 32,000 will be a very strong resistance. Yeah. Okay, that's all for the video today. Thanks all for watching. See you all in the video tomorrow.